How can you not like Ryan Reynolds? Just look at him. Look at him! He's a meme! He's a walking meme! And what do people like in esports? In gaming? Memes. So, all I'm gonna say is, that's it, Ryan Reynolds. That's it. That's the reason why. As someone that's been passionately following esports and gaming for the past decade, I found it extremely interesting how many brands have gone into the space, out of the space, and have either really thrived or kind of flopped. So I thought it would be fun to highlight 5 brands in North America that I think have potential in finding a lot of success within esports and gaming. Now, I'm not going to touch on about EU and we'll make a separate video about it because the brands and demographics as well as goals and objectives drastically vary from country to country as well as region to region. So this is just going to make it easier. So the first brand that we're going to talk about is a coffee brand, aka Dunkin' Donuts, aka the brand that lost the millennial audience to Starbucks. So if you're not familiar with coffee marketing, Starbucks definitely won the battle between the coffee brands. Rest in peace, Caribou Coffee. Starbucks has claimed the millennial audience and has had a firm grip on that audience for over the past few years. So Dunkin' Donuts has had to really switch up their marketing approach, the way that they approach branding, marketing, positioning themselves within the market in order to stay relevant. What they've recently done is basically they've gone all in on Gen Z. And when I mean all in on Gen Z, they've gotten onto TikTok, gave themselves a complete brand lift, like facelift to the brand. They dropped the donut part and are now just considered Dunkin'. That really marked a big shift for the company because they pivoted away from the donuts and focused on a greater range of coffee and breakfast services, and as well as they really transformed their brand voice to sound a lot hipper and younger. On top of that, they brought in a lot of influencer marketing, thanks to the most well-known influencer that they've brought in was Charli D'Amelio, and has done incredibly lots of viral marketing videos on TikTok and on YouTube, and it's caused a wave of individuals, especially within Gen Z, to be drawn to Dunkin', as well as Dunkin's advertising and its positioning has really shifted away from this like sterile, old, competitive kind of brand that's trying to compete against Starbucks, and this very young, hip, vibrant brand that's fun, flavorful, energetic. Off the top of my head that I'd love for Dunkin' Donuts to get involved with would be Energy and FaZe, as well as Space Station Gaming. These 3 brands really try to cater to a young audience with more fast-paced, electrifying content rather than the slow storytelling legacy brands like Cloud9, Liquid, or like EG. They're also considered hipper / more upbeat brands. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm just saying that they kind of fit what Dunkin' is trying to portray themselves within the space. On top of that, many of these brands have very heavy-hitting creators. Space Station Gaming has Sunless Khan and Lethemir, who are pioneers within the Rocket League community. Then FaZe is basically what all the kids within Fortnite talk about, and Energy has a lot of content creators such as Asu, Lulu Lovely, and up-and-coming TikTok content creators under their belt. Genuinely, I think what they can do in order to do activations is do like streams, for example, saying, hey, if you do the stream and we hit a certain amount, I'll be giving away, 3 Dunkin' Donut cards that are worth $10 each. It's like $30, and then the chat gets rewarded, everyone that's participating gets rewarded and stuff like that. And there's a bunch of fun different ways that people can get involved. Getting really involved on the interactive streaming side, that can be really good, as well as just a healthy amount of brand positioning and brand placement throughout content pieces, videos, as well as a few sponsored videos from time to time. If you'd have to break down the 3 titles that Dunkin' would want to focus on, it would be Valorant, Fortnite, and Rocket League, as those are the younger Gen Z focused esports. And these 3 teams that I mentioned just overall cover these areas very well. Also, shout out to my boy Raucus. I know Raucus will drink a shit ton of iced coffee. Axiomatic and Team Liquid CEO Victor Guzin are investors in our agency, so that is some transparency that I want to put out ahead of this segment. There's been a lot of alcoholic sponsorships and moves within esports, and I think that it's time that more heavier liquor has played a role. Don Julio has sponsored Nate Shot, Truly / T has sponsored 100 Thieves. Bud Light has sponsored Team Liquid and Evil Geniuses. So the hunt for more alcoholic beverages to get involved in esports, I think, is just on the horizon. We're going to see a lot of these companies moving in because as one moves in, a lot of them follow. As you saw, one of those brands that is looking always to create some disruption are Ryan Reynolds' brands. And Aviation Gin, I think, could have a phenomenal place within esports and gaming. Honestly, I think the 2 teams that Aviation Gin would work fantastically with would be Cloud9 and Team Liquid. You know, there's still some of those old school CSGO individuals, or people, tactical shooters, that are really looking to get an edge. And Team Liquid and C9 being those legacy North American brands, and Aviation Gin really trying to make sure that they get a good foothold on the market share within North America, pay a lot of dividends. And I'd love to see some Ryan Reynolds crossover content with some of Cloud9 and Team Liquid's biggest personalities. It'd be some really interesting and kind of unique content, as well as always fun seeing the crossover between mainstream media and esports, and you can get some really great, awesome moments that could go viral, as well as get a lot of publicity and press. And the next brand that I think that would have a lot of success within esports and gaming would be Rolex. Rolex has found a lot of success throughout the last few decades. Rolex has strategically positioned itself within multiple forms of entertainment as well as online media. They really were the individuals that kind of got the step up ahead of their competition in terms of the watch market, and had that kind of competitive edge of placing themselves within well-renowned sports figures such as Tiger Woods, Roger Federer, and then also on the entertainment side, really maximizing their reach when it came to movie marketing, such as working with Harrison Ford, James Bond, and other entertainment stuff. I think back to the famous picture of Bugha that's been shared around millions of times throughout the internet and used as like the face of esports. Like, imagine if Bugha was rolling a Rolex. The value that Rolex would have had in the long run would have been insane, actually crazy. And because Louis Vuitton and Gucci have already invested, I think it'd be just a natural move for Rolex to enter into space and help establish it as status symbol of, you know, what you want to become, or, you know, becoming one of the greats. And that's what Rolex really has dominated the past few years within traditional sports. I think it'd be the next stepping stone would be competitive gaming, because, you know, while they won't see a return within the first few years when it comes to like people or the young Gen Z as well as younger millennials buying Rolexes, within 25 to 15 years, these individuals are going to see the successful esports athletes, content creators wearing the Rolexes, and they're going to be like, I want to be like them. I'm going to also buy a Rolex, and it's seen more as a prestige status symbol. So if I was Rolex, I would sponsor, the Valorant Championship Series, the CDL, the RLCS, look for the next generation of Rolex buyers, and sponsor some renowned figures such as, Stewie 2K, Clayster, individuals that have won many events, many championships and tournaments, such as even No Tail or Fallen as well. And make sure that they're wearing the watches whenever they can, because that is really important. And everyone says like, oh, well, it'd be really annoying wearing a watch while you're gaming and stuff like that. That's fine. The same issue happens in Formula 1, and all they do is after the race, they just put on the watch for the podium and all that fun stuff, so that you don't have to worry about it during the actual race. Same thing for any time that there's a championship trophy. I think it could be a great gift opportunity for the winners of an event. Fourth, we have Lemonade, not the lemonade like the drinking kind of lemonade, but Lemondae, the insurance company for renting. I think it's a very natural market for a lot of individuals, especially esports and gaming, that's more towards a younger millennial audience, an older Gen Z audience that are really looking to get started within the next big move of their life. The target market is a really natural fit. You have a lot of young students, you have a lot of college students, you have a lot of young adults. Renting insurance can be complicated and quite expensive, and Lemonade offers a great, reliable, flat amount that makes it super easy to access and apply as well as receive. And in general, they could do a lot of great call to actions, help establish their name as a, go-to thing. They'll generate a lot of brand awareness, and then maybe work with some teams on creating some unique content, such as, move out stories, or, first time on their own kind of stories where they talk with individuals, pro players, casters, anyone who's involved in the scene on like, hey, what did you do when, you made that big step or big move outside, moving out from your parents, or making that leap from university to apartment, all the fun stuff. I think it could be a lot of great content opportunities, and if you make it short, snappy, and fun and lighthearted and to the point, I think Lemonade could be a fantastic position for a lot of these brands, as well as even some of these tournaments that are reaching this younger audience, and make Lemonade the ideal choice for renting insurance. And finally, the last brand that should get involved in esports and gaming is Robinhood / Webull / Public. These easy to access investing platforms, I think, have a great opportunity to really enter the market, especially after the whole fiasco with GameStop, GME, and Robinhood, as well as some of these other investment sites. They have a lot of room to grow and really improve relationships when it comes to the gaming and esports audience, and I think could be a great opportunity to educate young individuals about investment, about long-term money management. I think it's just about how do you handle it responsibly, how do you educate people, and I think it could be a great educational piece, PR move, as well as helping individuals really understand these platforms and getting a good market share. For any brand that's looking to get an edge, I would definitely edge over the competitor. I would highly recommend going into esports and gaming. Cash App has features as well for investment and for crypto. So Webull, Public, 100% think you guys should get into esports and gaming. Really try to capitalize on the missed opportunity that Robinhood had. And I think, any of these three brands can really find a lot of success within gaming and esports. Whether it's Valorant, CSGO, League of Legends, any of these prediction segments where they have the analyst kind of predicts this stuff, I think could be a fantastic kind of segment for Webull or Public to be a part of. Again, there is that caution of hey, it's basically advertising gambling. It's kind of especially day trading is sort of pseudo gambling, but I feel like if it's long as the brand has good intentions and its position and the copy as well as the messaging is right, I feel like a lot of these brands could see a lot of success. And there you have it. There's the 5 brands in North America that I think should take advantage of the gaming and esports space. If you're interested in esports gaming and marketing and all that fun stuff in between and learning about the space, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I upload regularly educational marketing content when it comes to the gaming and esports space. Hope you enjoy your stay, and yeah. We're always sitting at our computers. We're always, we'll especially, hello, you've come to say hello? Huh? What do you have to say, Oreo? Nothing?